For the first time in 6 months, Kenyan consumers will have to pay more at the pump following the upward review of fuel prices by the Energy Regulatory Commission. The new prices have sparked controversy among consumer lobby groups and economists who feel there's no sufficient justification for the hike. KTN's Charles Gitonga has more.
Over the weekend, on the 14th of the month, the Energy Regulatory Commission did announce the new fuel prices for the next 1 month, an announcement that has caused hue and cry among consumers, ranging from manufacturers to households. The big question being, is there authenticity in the numbers that the ERC is presenting to consumers? Or better still, why is Kenya not benefiting effectively from the low fuel prices that we are seeing globally? In the 6 months between September 2014 and February 2015, the average price of crude oil came down from $96 per barrel to an average low of $47 in January. The prices rose to $55 per barrel in February 2015.
We have mentioned before that there is a relationship between the crude oil prices and the refined products which we import.
Other than the refining and shipping costs, taxes and levies account for 33% of the total price, supplier margins take up 12%, and distribution costs eat up 5%. Economists say that these levies deny Kenyans the opportunity to spend less at the pump.
I think this is a call to the government to look at the situation, because this is not a good situation. It is in the national interest.
ERC and oil marketers also attribute the price hike to the movement of the currency between January and February. During the period, the Kenya shilling hit a low of 90 shillings and 74 cents to the dollar and a high of 91 shillings and 70 cents.
If at that time what the price was and at the time now what the pressure on Kenya shillings, it determines also the prices here.
But economists say that the depreciation of 96 cents is not significant enough to justify the increase in prices.
The move in the shilling has been so marginal. To keep bringing up the shilling makes me think you don't know what you're talking about when you're the ERC.
The ERC has been under fire since September last year as consumers queried the high fuel price regime in the country despite the steep reduction in crude oil prices. In its Economic Outlook report for 2015, the World Bank pointed out that the formula did not accommodate logical price transmission mechanism, even considering the 45-day time lag for oil imports. The organization called on the ERC to reduce the gap of international crude oil price drop and domestic prices.
The World Bank says it's a 36% discrepancy. We have not transmitted the lower price to our economy. We have played with it, and it is not fair.
It now remains to be seen how this price hike will affect various sectors of the economy and what impact it will have on the local manufacturers who had started to lower prices of their goods, which had signaled a more favorable cost of living for Kenyans in the future. Charles Gitonga, KTN.